Hello darlings, for today's video I'll be creating 3 looks with one palette using the NYX Off Tropic palette in Hasta La Vista, which is $20. I'm filming this differently from my previous videos and hope you'll appreciate this close-up tutorial and even grab your palette to follow along. The first look I'll be creating is a half cut crease, and I'm starting off by priming my eyelids with the Plouise base in 0.5. The shades in this palette don't have any names, so I'm first buffing the raspberry shade into the outer V and taking it into my crease using a blending brush. I'm then grabbing this red-orange shade and applying it right on top of the shade we just applied. I'm now picking up this peachy orange shade and blending it along the edge of the shade we just applied using back and forth motions that sort of mimic windshield wipers as well as small circular motions. Now that I've blended everything together, I'm going back to the steps and applying the red-orange shade and then blending it out again with the peachy orange shade. This really helps to intensify the colors and bring back any pigmentation that may have been lost during our first time blending. I'm then using the Morphe JH30 brush, which is a large fluffy blending brush, to blend the edge of the shadow near my brow bone. I like to do this especially when working with color because it helps to blend into the skin tone shade of the primer. Now cutting the crease using the Plouise base and the JH42 brush. Since I'm creating a half cut crease, I'm drawing a line going from the inner corner of my eye and following the crease to about halfway across my eye. If you have hooded eyes like me, cutting your crease is a great way to make your lid space appear larger. I suggest taking your time and really trying your best to be as precise as possible. The most important thing when carving out your crease with hooded eyes is to apply the product higher than your natural crease so that you'll be able to see the cut in the crease when you look forward naturally. Sometimes the base will mix with the shadow and, in this case, turn pink. To fix this, I'm carefully removing some of the base I applied with a Q-tip and then applying more base so that it's more opaque. I'm then using my finger to smudge the shadow from the outer V into the edge of the base so that the next shade we apply to that area will blend easier. Next, I'm picking up the purple with the JH40 brush, which has a pointed tip, and applying this to the outer V. I'm keeping the shade below the cut in the crease and blending it about halfway into the area we cut out. I've quickly cleaned off the JH42 brush with some daily brush cleaner from Sephora, and I'm using it to pack on this teal shade to the center of the area we cut out. I'm blending the teal into the purple by tapping my brush, which has barely any product on it, onto the edge of where the two meet. After cleaning my brush again, I'm applying this yellow shade to the inner third of the area we cut out. I'm tapping along the edge of the teal shade to blend the two together, which in result creates a green. Now for my lower lash line, I'm applying the purple shade closest to my lashes, and then I'm creating a gradient effect by repeating the steps I did in my crease. Therefore, I'm blending the red-orange shade slightly beneath the purple, and then blending that out with the peachy orange shade. Now for my inner corner highlight, I'm applying a small amount of this shimmery gold shade and skipping brow bone highlight altogether. For eyeliner, I'm using the NYX liquid eyeliner. For a winged liner, I start by creating a small flick out from the outer corner of my eye. I then place my brush about halfway between the tail of my brow and the outer corner of my eye and draw a line connecting back to the outer corner. Next, I go back to the top of the line that I created and connect it to the lash line, thus creating a wing. I'll now line my lash line and try my best to keep everything thin because I have small eyes and don't want to take up too much lid space. Next, I finish up the wing by flicking it out to be sharper and angling it so that it flows smoothly into the lash line. Now I'm lining my tight line with the No Intense Look eye pencil and curling my lashes with the Kevyn Aucoin lash curler. I'm then popping on some Benefit Roller Lash mascara. I do these steps so that my false lashes will blend in with my natural ones. I also apply mascara before false lashes so that the lashes will retain their wispiness and not get clumpy. To complete this look, I'm applying Rios lashes in the style Toujours. These are brand new, so I'm cutting them to fit my eye and removing the excess piece of band in the front to avoid poking my eye. I'm then applying them with some tweezers, pinching my natural lashes to the false ones, and now it's time to move on to the next look. For the second look, I'm creating a smoky eye and once again priming my eyelids with the Plouise base in 0.5. I'm then packing on the purple shade all over my lid with the JH31 brush. After slightly blending the edge of the purple with the same brush that I used to apply it, I'm picking up the raspberry shade and blending it into the crease. I'm then continuing the gradient by using the peachy orange shade and blending along the edge of the shade we just applied. I'm now blending the yellow shade along the edge of the previous shade, and while blending, I'm trying to keep my hand towards the end of the handle as to apply less pressure to my eyelid. While blending all of these shades, you may have noticed that I'm going from darkest to lightest. This is because I find this method to be the easiest for me, and I definitely recommend this sort of process when doing a colorful look. I also find that when starting with a transition shade or the lightest shade, it's easier for you to end up with a muddy looking shadow, especially when working with smaller eyes. I'm now going back and applying all of the shades I just applied in the same order as before. This is to enhance each one so that even though they are blended together, they appear nice and vibrant. Next, I'm blending the area closest to my brow with the JH30 brush to take the blending to another level and really diffuse the shadow closest to my brow into the Plouise base. For my lower lash line, I'm repeating the steps I did on my lid space by applying the purple, raspberry, peachy orange, and yellow shades using the JH40 brush. I'm then using the gold shade from the palette once again to highlight my inner corner.
Searching for a longer day. People feeling like the light has...
I'm now using the Sigma Nightlife liner from the Camila Coelho collection and using the Eclipse or black side to line my tight line and the Festa side, which is purple, to line my waterline. Once again, I'm curling my lashes, applying some Benefit mascara, and completing this look with some Rios lashes in the style Magnifique.
Savannah, I'm coming home, Savannah.
You can use my discount code TAYLOR for 10% off your purchase at riosbeauty.com. And now it's time to move on to the final look.
Let's all take a ride. Savannah.
For the third look, I'm creating a halo eye and first priming my eyes with the Plouise base in 0.5.
Light is gonna come.
The first shade I'm using is the purple, and I'm applying this to my outer V and crease using the JH33 brush, which is also known as the M433 brush. With this look, I'm sort of fanning the eyeshadow out towards the tail of my brow, creating a more dramatic, elongated effect.
For the animals we stand. Let's go back to when trees were swung. Kids across the lane. Savannah, I'm coming home, Savannah.
I'm now picking up the pink shade and using it to blend out the purple we just applied.
Savannah, let's all take a ride. Savannah, I'm coming home, Savannah. We'll never be.
Next, I'm grabbing the peachy orange shade on the JH34 brush and blending out the edge of the pink.
Let's all take a ride.
The final shade I'm using to blend is the yellow, which I'm applying along the edge of the previous shade closest to my brow. You can see here that wherever you first place your brush, most of the pigment lands. Because of this, I try to place my brush slightly lower than where I want the shadow to go so that I'll have room to blend. Before cutting my crease, I'm adding a bit more of the purple and pink because they became a little lost during the blending process, and I want the edge of the cut in the crease to be bold so that the cut is really visible. This time I'm applying the Plouise base to the center of my eye and bringing it up to where I can see it when looking straight forward so that my eyelid folds or hoods won't cover it. I always use the JH42 brush not only for carving out the crease, but also to apply eyeshadow to the area we cut out because it's very small and flat, making it perfect for applying product to small areas. Therefore, I'm using it to now apply the gold shade to the area we cut out. With shimmery shadows, it's best to pack them on by tapping them in rather than swiping. This method of application provides the best color payoff and enhances the shimmer effect. You can also spray your brush like I did with some setting spray to intensify them even more. This particular time, I used the MAC Fix Plus. I'm now blending the purple into the sides of the gold, adding a bit more gold, and then picking up some of the peachy orange shade and blending it along the sides of the gold, and then finally topping off the center with more gold. Next, I'm blending the space near my brow once again with the JH30 brush and then moving on to my lower lash line. I'm picking up this teal shade and applying it to my lower lash line with a clean JH40 brush, and then I'm applying a bit of the purple to the outer edge of the lower lash line, which ends up creating a dark blue. I'm then blending the dark blue shade that I created into the outer edge of the shadow on top of the eye, using the brush that I used to apply the peachy orange shade. Now I'm placing the shimmery blue shade onto the inner half of the lower lash line and highlighting my inner corner and brow bone with the No Cosmetics Terracotta Powder and Stardust, which I used on my face. I'm then applying the No Intense Look eye pencil to my tight line and using the Ofra eyeliner in navy in my waterline. Finally, I'm curling my lashes, applying some mascara, and completing the look with some Rios lashes in the style Toujours. And that completes the 3 looks with one palette using the NYX Off Tropic palette. Let me know in the comments below which out of the 3 was your favorite, and please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time!